Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a quick review on the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. It looks like this, and it costs around £6 give or take, depending where you buy it and what offers are on at the moment. So firstly, I'm just going to read out what Rimmel claims this foundation to do. This is a lightweight liquid mousse foundation that blends flawlessly for natural looking all day shine control. Silky smooth formula leaves a perfectly matte baby soft finish. The lightweight texture won't feel heavy or greasy. So what I think of this, I think this is a great foundation for anyone with oily combination to oily skin. It does keep me matte free all day. I've got this foundation on at the moment, and I've had this on for a good 10-12 hours now. I put it on this morning around 7 AM. It is now around 8:30 PM, which is why the lighting is crap, because I haven't had time to film during the day. But yeah, like I said, it's I've got this on now, and you can just about see a light shine on my T-zone, but it's nothing too major that I feel like I have to blot away. It's not greasy looking or anything like that, and I can get away with not having to blot it even now. So this is definitely a good foundation for anyone with oily skin. However, if you have dry patches, if you have oily combination skin and dry patches, it can cling on or make the dry patches look more obvious, so you need to be careful with this foundation in that aspect. But other than that, this is definitely a great mattifying foundation. Shade wise, I think they have 6 shades in total, and I have got this in 400 natural beige and 100 ivory. There's 2 shades between these two. However, they have more of a pink undertone and just looks too pink on me. So I brought these two to mix to get my own shade. And but yeah, I think for only around £6 a tube, it's not going to really break the bank balance if I have to buy 2 anyway. So that's another thing I love about this foundation, is that it does such a good job for my oily T-zone, and it is very inexpensive. Coverage wise, this is definitely a medium coverage. You can shear it down with a damp brush or damp sponge, and it is definitely buildable, but it is definitely at least a medium coverage, buildable to a good full coverage. Very little goes a long way, and I think it's because of the mousse texture. I ended up wasting a lot at first because I'd squeeze quite a lot out, and really you only need a small amount for your whole for your whole face really. But yeah, it's a really light formula, even though it comes out quite thick, but once you've applied it, it feels light even though it gives such a high coverage. It hasn't broken me out at all. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin, and apart from not having the best shade range, which a lot of drugstore brands don't, I think per foundation line, many drugstore brands don't have that many shades per line. But apart from that, I absolutely love this foundation. I'm not sure I'd recommend this for anyone with normal skin or dry skin, definitely not dry skin, but even with normal skin, because it can look a little bit powdery and a little bit cakey when you first apply it. But I found that once I've given it a few minutes, it ends up looking quite natural, not glowing, but you can tell that it is still quite matte, but it's not too powdery looking. So anyone that doesn't really like that powdery look, then this isn't the foundation for you either. But I personally don't mind, because I know give it an hour or 2 after mixing with my oils, it's bound to look quite natural. So that's probably why it's great for anyone with oily skin types. Another thing that I found that I do with this foundation is that I would apply it, and then I would use whatever else is left on my coaster to spot conceal areas. I won't use an alternative concealer, just because even after building, this doesn't look really cakey or anything like that. So I find that I can build in areas that I need more coverage. So I use this actually to spot conceal as well, and it makes a great concealer as well as a foundation. So a two-in-one product. But yeah, overall I think this is a great foundation. Definitely I think is comparable to some of the higher brand mattifying foundations, in the sense that I find that this does a lot better than sometimes my double wear does, my double wear light, because at the end of the day a lot more oils come through when I'm using my double wear light, whereas this, like I said, just a small general shine that I'm not too bothered about. So this is definitely worth buying, and this is the I'm going to Hong Kong in a couple of weeks, or a week depending when this video goes up, but this is definitely something that this is definitely the foundation that I know I'm taking with me, and it's great because yes, I've got two, but it's so light to carry compared to some of the glass bottles I have. So yeah, that is my take on this foundation. If you want to see swatches of these, etc., I'll put those up on my blog, and I'll put a link below eventually. So yeah, if you have any questions, then just leave me a message and I'll get back to you ASAP. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!